Hi, welcome to Math and Computer Tutorial YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. For today's video, I will demonstrate how to use Excel math functions like absolute, integer, round, product, power, quotient, square root, sum, and SUMIF function. Okay, so let me discuss first the uses of these functions. So for absolute function, returns the absolute value of a number. Take note that the absolute value describes the distance of a number on the number line. So it means that the number never negative. Okay, so using the absolute value, it automatically convert the value into positive number. Okay, next is the int or integer function. Rounds a number down to the nearest integer. So if you want to round the number to whole number, integer is a whole number, then this function will be used. The round function rounds a number to a specified number of digits. So in this function, so unlike int, it only rounds to the whole number. So this function can be used to round the number with decimal numbers. Okay. For the power function, returns the result of a number raised to a power. So if you want to evaluate number with exponent, so this function will be used. The product function multiplies all the numbers given as arguments and returns the product. So to multiply numbers or range of cells. Then the quotient function returns the integer portion of a division. So in this function, unlike the division slash operator, it divides the number. So using this function, it only extracts or returns the integer portion or the whole number of the answer in a division. For square root function, returns the positive square root of a number. The sum function adds values. Okay, so you want to add cell references, okay, values or ranges, or mix of all three. Okay, so SUMIF function to sum the values in arrays that meet criteria that you specify. So in this function, you will set a condition or criteria, okay, before it will sum up the values. Okay, so let's start now. Apply this function using Excel. Okay, so given this data or numbers, so let us apply different math functions. Okay, so let's start with absolute value. Okay, so click now for position your cell cursor. Then click the insert function. For category, make it sure that you click already the math category. Then click abs or absolute function. Then click now, OK. So returns absolute value number, a number without its sign, meaning converts into positive number. So click now, arrow up to select your number or cell of range. Okay, so click arrow down again, then now click OK. So to get the absolute value of the succeeding row, simply drag your cursor. Okay, so take note that the given data, I have two negative numbers here. So negative 89 and negative 78. Using absolute function, it is now positive 89 and positive 78. Okay, for integer value, so click insert function again. Then choose integer function, that's int. Click OK. Then click now your reference number, that is A3. Click arrow down, then click OK. So you have 89. So 89.5 for integer value, you have 89. It only extracts the whole number portion of the number. Okay? So drag now for the succeeding rows. So it only, as you can see, it only extracts the whole number part of the numbers. Okay? So for round number, so for example, if I want to round these numbers into 2 decimal places, as you can see, I have different decimal places here. So click now round, or insert function, sorry. Okay. Then click on round function. So rounds a number to specified number of digits. So click OK now. Then click the number. Number is the number that you want to round. Okay, so I want to round this number, A3. Then you have your second argument, number of digits. Is the number of digits to which you want to round. Okay, so if I want to round this to 2 decimal places, then type now 2. Okay, so click now OK. Then drag it downward. Okay, so I have now 2 decimal places. Okay, how about if I want to round this number into tens value, meaning the second digit of the whole number, that's tens value. Okay, so the first number is ones, and then the second number is tens. Okay, so use round function again. Okay, click function wizard. So the same function, so we'll use round function. Okay, so numbers that you want to round, of course, have the same number, A3. But this time, I want to round this number into tens value. Okay, tens digit, meaning the second digit on the whole number portion. Okay, so take note that if you will type number, it represents here decimal numbers. Okay, so for 2, it means you're rounding the numbers into 2 decimal places. So if you want to round the number into whole number, which is ones, so your number of digits is 0, meaning no decimal places. Okay? So as you can see here, your 89.5 becomes 90. Okay, so what if I want to convert this into or round this into tens digit, which is the second digit? Okay, so once for one's place, that is 0. So therefore, for tens, moving to the left, right? Moving to the left, it means from 0, it becomes negative 1. Okay? For decimal places, you have to the right, going to the right. That's why you have to type number of decimal positive numbers. Okay? So therefore, moving to the left from 0, moving to the left for tens digit, that is negative 1. So type now negative 1. Okay, so as you can see, I have 90. Click now OK. So drag again for the succeeding rows. Okay, so these numbers are now converted into or rounded into tens digit. Okay, so how about power function? Power function will be used if you want to evaluate numbers with exponent. Say, for example, I want to raise this number into 2. Okay, or square the number. Okay, so click now insert function again, then click power function. Okay, so is the base number any real number? That's the number argument. So your base number, our base number is A3 again. So your second argument is the power. Power is the exponent to which the base number is raised. So I want to raise this number into 2. So square. So click now, OK. Then drag again downward. Okay. So if I want to decrease the decimal into 2 decimal places, this number, so you can also use this decrease decimal tab on your toolbar. So just click this decimal. Okay, so 2 decimal places. So this is an increased decimal and this one is the decreased decimal. Okay, so you have now 2 decimal places. So what if I want to get the cube number of this number? So raised to 3. So same procedure. So insert function, click power. Okay, your base number, select your base number. That's 89.5. Then exponent, the power. What is your exponent now? Raised to 3. So type 3, then click now OK. Then drag again to get the cube numbers of the succeeding rows. Okay, so let us now make this number into 2 decimal places. So click now decrease decimal. Okay, so you have 2 decimal places here. For the square root, so you will use square root function. Take note that in using function, you can use insert function or you can type directly the function. Okay, so you, for example, without using the function wizard, you can also type equal sign, then type is square root. As you can see, we have here a square root function. So double click this function, then click now your cell reference, which is A3. So it means that you will get the square root of this number, or say the whole number. Okay, so let us now change the cell reference. So for example, I want to get the square root of this time column B, the absolute value, so that all numbers are positive. Okay, so close in parenthesis, press enter key. Again, then drag. Okay, so you have the square root of this number. What if, for example, I want to divide this number into 2? Okay, so to divide this number, so equal sign, of course. Then click now your cell reference. That's A3. Divide, so press the slash key to divide number. And then type your divisor, which is 2. So divide this by 2. So press enter key. Okay, then drag this downward. Okay, so this is the division or divide the numbers by 2. So how about the quotient function? So the quotient function is, it simply extract or returns the integer portion or the whole number, okay, of your answer in division. Okay, so let us use the quotient function and let us compare with this number. Okay, so click now insert function. So quotient function, click OK. So numerator, so what is your numerator? So I want to divide this number by 2. So your denominator is 2. So type 2 now, then click OK. So I have now 44. Okay, so compare the two numbers here. So this one, I divided this number into 2. Then the answer is 44.75. But using the quotient function, it only returns the whole or integer portion of the number. Okay, that's why you have 44 here. So drag it downward now. So you have now the integer or whole number of these numbers. Okay, so that is the quotient function. Now for the sum function, say I want to get the sum of this column. So click here. So you can actually use the auto sum function on your toolbar here. So simply click your auto sum function. Then as you can see, equal sign sum B3 colon B9. So simply add from B3 to B9. Click now OK. Okay, so what if, for example, I want to get the sum of these two numbers, say column H and column I. Okay, so let us now use the sum function or click auto sum here. So highlight your cell reference. So I want to add column H and column I. So select H and I. So that is H3 to I18. Okay. So that is range H3 to I18. So what if you will add numbers with different cell range? So for example, we will add column D and column F. Okay. So sum of D3 to D9 and so press equal sign. Sorry. As now types or click sum here. Okay, so number 1 or first cell range is D3 to D9. Okay, so yeah, D3 to D9. And then your second cell range, for example, I want to add column F. So I have now column F. Okay? So click now OK. So look at the formula now. So you can see I have equal sign sum D3 to D8, then comma, meaning I have another set of cell rings. F3 colon F8 from F3 to F8. Okay? Press now enter key. So if you want to have a comma, put comma on this number. So highlight, then click now comma on your toolbar. Okay. For SUMIF function, it means that if you want to add numbers with condition. Okay. So for example, if I want to add only numbers on column C, which is greater than 85. So let us use now SUMIF function. So SUMIF, click now OK. So let's use now range. Let's use column C for your cell reference. Okay. So the criteria or condition. Criteria is a condition or criteria in the form of a number, expression, or text that defines which cells will be added. So I want to add only numbers greater than 85. So type your condition greater than 85. Okay. So click now OK. So on this formula, it will only added numbers greater than 85. So therefore, the number negative 90, negative 79 are not included in the list. Okay? So another thing for SUMIF, as you can see, we have three arguments for SUMIF. We have range, criteria, and sum range. Okay, for sum range are the actual cells to sum. If omitted, the cells in range are used. So, for example, same, if the number on column C is greater than 85, then the number on column E will be included in the list or addends. Okay? So, click our range for cell reference. Column C, if the number on column C is greater than 85, then add the numbers on column E. So your sum range now is column E. Okay? So click now, OK. So it means the computer will compare, okay, the number on column C. So 89 is greater than 85. So if yes, then 90 will be included in the addends. Okay? So 95 is greater than 85. So therefore, the 100 will be added to 90. So I have 90. So therefore, the numbers to be added are 90 because this is greater than 85. 95 is greater than 85. So 100 is also included. Negative 90 is not greater than 85, so this number is not included in your list. 85 is not greater than 85, so this number is not also included. Negative 75 is not also greater than 85, so it will not be added. 90 is greater than 85, so therefore this number will be added. Okay? So it means that these three numbers will be added. So 90, 100, 190 plus 90 gives you 280. Okay? So that is SUMIF function with sum range argument. Okay, so I hope that this video helps you a lot. Okay, thank you for watching my YouTube channel.